What's up, NASCAR racing fans? This is Ryan with NASCAR All Finish Views, and I'm back with another video. So today's video will be of a 124 scale diecast. So this diecast, of course, as you can see in the background, will be Tony Stewart's 2016 Final Ride car. So a pretty nice looking car. We'll take a look at the box right now. Of course, you see Always a Racer, 14, Forever a Champion. Tony Stewart, 14. Stewart Haas Racing, of course, you see a picture of Mr. Stewart there, and 2016 with the look of the car. Standard finish, of course, 16 box, and we'll take a look at the identification tag. Tony Stewart, number 14, Mobile 1 Last Ride 2016 SS, one of 3,314. So there you see there, a pretty decent looking box. It wasn't anything like they had for Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's box really looked just phenomenal. Of course, Tony Stewart really wasn't about the flash, as you can see by the car. I do have the 164 scale sitting there as well, but let's take a look at the car. A very, very nice looking car. It's pretty basic. It's pretty clean. Just like Jeff Gordon's, there was really not much grime or paint scrapes on the side. Both racers actually kept it clean. Much different can be said for Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car. Boy, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car is just beat up, and it looks great. I can't wait for that car to come in. I do have it on pre-order, so hopefully that car will be in for too long. I'm really wanting to get to that car. That car just looks phenomenal, of course, with a door bang with Martin Truex Jr., and that's another 124 scale Final Ride race version that I will be adding to my collection. Of course, this is a race version as well. You couldn't really tell it, other than the fact that there is a little banner up here, and really that's just about it. But yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Final Ride, just cannot wait for that car to get in. Hopefully we can be in before too long. It'll be several months before they actually get that car in, but either way, we'll take a look at this car. Of course, very nice. Really just kind of showed, what kind of a driver Tony Stewart was. I wouldn't exactly say a clean racer. Tony Stewart definitely had a say to some drivers every now and again, and his say would oftentimes include his car coming in contact with another car, i.e. Darlington of his last year, taking out, who was it? Brian Scott, was it? That he pretty much just turned into the wall. But that's not what this review is about. This is about this car specifically. I can't exactly remember where this car placed at the end of the day on the track, but some people said the best looking car for finishing where it did. Really, I mean, it's a pretty cool car, and the neat thing about this is it's actually pretty much just sponsored by himself. There's not really a sponsor. Of course, there's Mobile 1 on the side, but the main hood is pretty much just a commemoration to his career. Of course, you see the 3 championships you see there. I believe all 3 of them are Sprint Cup championships. I can't remember the years, but I see the Sprint Cup-like trophy and maybe Nextel as well. But yeah, so you see that, of course, there on the hood. We'll see if we can take a good close-up look at that. You see there's Sprint, and so there is one there. But yeah, so there you see the hood. We'll take a look under the hood real quick, if we can get it open. Maybe. This one's actually a pretty tight hood for whatever reason. Sometimes different hoods fit different ways. But see under the hood, Mobile 1, Haas, and the same engine detail we've come to expect. But yeah, so see Chevrolet SS there on the front. Stewart Haas there on the left bumper, driver's left bumper. And Goodyear above the tire, of course, as well as Goodyear on the tire. Not too terribly many tire markings there. Nothing too special about it, but the neat thing about this car is all the names on this car. Of course, they are readable, which is a pretty cool thing. At one time, Lionel Racing was saying that they probably could not put the names on the car to be readable, but they actually did manage to do it, which is pretty cool. We'll see if we can take a good look at all the names on here. Whether you can read them or not, they definitely are legible, but not necessarily you could read the signature and the actual names on it. It looks like just a bunch of scribbles. But also, the neat thing about it has all his wins on the back here as well, if you can read those. Of course, the last one coming in Sonoma in 2016. So there you see, of course, first win at Richmond. 49 wins, 3 championships, and looks like a little bit of a scratch here on the back bumper, which is kind of a bummer. But, oh well, I do kind of display this way anyway, so you don't really see it. The only other thing would have been right here at the top above the name rail, or around the name rail, of course. So there you see that. But yeah, so of course one win there. You see the one little lonely winner sticker. But hey, he got a win in his final year. That was pretty cool. Of course, coming in at Sonoma. That was a pretty intense race there for the last lap or so. Punting Denny Hamlin out of the way for the race. Kind of reminiscent, don't you think? Tony Stewart punting Denny Hamlin out of the way. At least when he punted him, at least Tony Stewart got the win. As it was, who was it? Matt Kenseth that said, if you're going to punt somebody for the win, at least win the race. And Tony Stewart definitely did that. So, very, very nice. Of course, more names here on the other side. I'm not sure if they're the same names or not. I would say probably not, but see a couple more. And Rush Truck Centers, Haas Mac Tools Mobile 1, a little bit of dirt and grime buildup there, a little bit as well on the exhaust. So, yeah. So, I'm not exactly what the names on the side of this car actually mean. And who they are, of course, it would be the main team members, probably some of the engine builders and stuff like that, but that looks like a lot of names. I'm not exactly sure what it took to get a name on this car. But yeah, it is very, very nice that the names were actually legible. Unlike the Talladega car that Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove, they are actually making a raced version for that, but the race version will not be able to, on the race version, you will not be able to see any of the names. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to look like. But according to Lionel, you will not be able to actually read those names on the car. There is a little bit of a Coke smear, it looks like. I'm not sure if it'll show up on the camera, but there's a little bit of a smearing. You can kind of see some colored on the 14 there. It doesn't show up well on camera. It is really bright. But yeah, of course, functioning roof flaps and opening deck lid. A feature that will not be existent on the ARC cars in 2018 with the new diecast molds. So we are kind of saying goodbye to that opening trunk. Of course, just pretty much because of that feature, we are saving about $10 or $15, so that's not too terribly bad. I do like the, just the idea of it, and having it there. But what more can you do? I'm probably not going to buy an Elite, because if you buy an Elite, you have to go through Lionel. When you go through Lionel, you have to pay full price and then shipping and stuff like that. For me, I'd much rather go the secondary way. Through Plan B sales or something like that, where you can get discounted prices on these cars. I actually get, I can't remember the exact percentage discount, but I can usually get about $7 off of a car and then free shipping. So I'm pretty excited about that. Cars in 2018 will be about $49, I think, for the car itself, and then of course free shipping. So that'll be pretty nice. Saves me quite a bit of money. So I actually had several pre-orders through Lionel. I had Austin Dillon's pre-order, Chase Elliott's Martinsville win, and who was it? Anyways, I had a couple cars pre-ordered there, and then along with William Byron, and then I had them pre-ordered and all that, and then after finding Plan B sales, I actually realized I could save a lot more money, and after I switched over to Plan B sales, I saved about $50, and what did I do with those $50? I ordered another diecast. I got William Byron's Indy win with that money. So, yeah, I have a couple pre-orders for William Byron. I have Austin Dillon's Coke 600 win, Martinsville win for Chase Elliott, and a couple more on pre-order along with Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s final ride, all those in 124 scale, of course. So I'm definitely excited about those coming in. Hopefully, a few of them will come in February, I believe. The next shipment should be around early February, according to Lionel. I messaged them on Facebook. But yeah, not too much more to talk about this car other than the fact that it is pretty clean. Of course, you do see the window tape right there above, blocking the sun at Homestead. Of course, Homestead being pretty famous for having the sun in your eyes and stuff like that early on into the race until it gets to dusk. And so, but yeah, once again, a very, very nice looking race version. Pretty cool to add to my collection. Don't exactly plan on picking up the Matt Kenseth final ride. For whatever reason, I was just never that big of a Matt Kenseth fan. Neither was I a big fan of Tony Stewart, but I don't know, maybe if I find a good deal on the Matt Kenseth, like I did on this car, that's pretty much the only reason why I picked this car up is because it was on a pretty good deal on eBay, so I went and picked it up and so forth. But yeah, so only time will tell on that, but there is the diecast review, of course, pretty much the same thing as the 164 scale review, as I already reviewed, I believe. But yeah, so nothing much more to say, but yeah, so make sure to stay tuned. This is NASCAR Authentic Reviews, and I am signing out. Take care, guys.